business community.
It's tough doing business downtown. It's tough doing business anywhere nowadays. And I feel with the merchants down here, and they're asking us not to raise it from $6 to $8. The mayor appointed a downtown parking task force, so I feel we should listen to them.
Dahlberg says with all the effort put into making the downtown more accessible, an increase in fines may not work.
But the biggest thing is the average shopper, maybe he goes into a clothing store, goes 15 minutes longer and decides to put on a suit. Well, then he gets zapped for $8. You know he's not going to want to come back down. He's going to say, the heck with it, I'm going to start going up at the mall.
If any of the proposed revenue increases are voted down, more cuts will be made to balance the budget. There are still weeks of budget talks ahead, and the consensus is that the mayor's proposal won't survive without at least some changes. The parking fines are just the first step on the way to $2.6 million. In Duluth, Derek Hines, News 6.
According to police investigators, the 4 suspects zeroed in on the pizza shack because they knew it was a cop hangout. Police say Jerry Hoff just happened to be the cop they found. According to authorities, these 3 men plotted the assassination. 26-year-old A.C. Ford Jr., 21-year-old Shannon Bowles, and 19-year-old Mwati McKenzie. McKenzie is still at large. A 4th suspect, a teenager, is also in jail. According to the criminal complaint, on the night of the shooting, Ford met the other suspects at a house in South Minneapolis. He allegedly said, "Let's do this." According to police, Bowles and McKenzie were the triggermen, armed with handguns. Ford and the teenager were allegedly the drivers.
He drove one of the gunmen to a spot and dropped him off, perhaps with instructions.
Those instructions, according to the criminal complaint, were to kill a police officer. Once at the pizza shack, police say Bowles and McKenzie walked in, aimed at Hoff, shot him in the back, and fled on foot. They ran to the house of Vice Lords member Ed Harris. Police say McKenzie and Bowles asked Harris for a change of clothes and to hide their guns. According to the charges, the 2 told Harris they had shot a policeman and ran the wrong way after fleeing the pizza shack. 3 weeks later, Harris was found shot to death in this alley. Police arrested Vice Lords member Larry Flournoy and have now charged 2 other men for the Harris shooting. Police say that murder broke the case open because it convinced other people with information that police would be their only source of protection.
Basically, it got people starting to talk. People perhaps a little worried that their lives were in jeopardy too, and felt that we were the ones that could help them and could keep them alive, and they came to us and we have helped them.
The Irvin has had some very impressive numbers. More than 500,000 people have visited the Irvin in our 7 operating seasons, and that's from tiny little groups to the many tourists that visit us every year. This year we inaugurated, in addition, our hard hat tours as well as the Ship of Ghouls, and that posted a 6.5% increase in our operating numbers this year aboard the Irvin, so we're pretty proud of that.
Statistics for the young people have basically remained the same. We still have 1 in 5 graduating seniors, everyday smokers, and that's just way too many. That's 20%.
In just 1 week, these pedestrians on the Munger Trail near Moose Lake will make way for snowmobilers. In the past 10 years, traffic along the trail that stretches from Hinckley to Barnum has increased by 5 times. A banner season is predicted this year.
The system has matured, the trails have improved, the maintenance has improved, the grooming equipment has improved, and there's not, it's just a lot more friendly to the snowmobiler.
In Moose Lake, the snowmobiles are lined up on the showroom floor at the local implement dealer. They, too, are predicting a banner year in ridership and sales.
We've sold a fair amount of machines already, probably have met last year's sales and anticipate more sales yet.
Right.
Of course, a lot of it depends on if we get good rideable snow.
The local snowmobile shops aren't the only ones benefiting from the Northland's renewed love affair with snowmobiling. In fact, Moose Lake and dozens of other small communities connected to the major trails are seeing the growth of a new wintertime economy.
There's an increase in lodging and local restaurants, gasoline, that kind of thing, and I think it helps spur the local economy.
When the snowmobilers return to Moose Lake this winter, they'll find a new trail to enjoy. The Sioux Line Trail stretches 114 miles from Genola to Superior. It, along with the Munger, allows snowmobilers to travel hundreds of miles along groomed and well-marked trails.
Right, and it would, yeah, well, maybe from the story. My story is like overall.
If you're in doubt at all about the charity or the authenticity of the charity, you've got to ask them to send you something. If they really want your money, if they really are concerned about raising money for their organization, they'll send you something as a backup.
All I heard was someone scream, and I looked over, and there was a guy laying on the ground with blood all over. I ran over to check on him, ran back to my car, grabbed a blanket, covered him up, and then everybody came out of the house, get in the house, get in the house, and we all ran in the house, and that's about it.
That's the SWAT van right there.
Platform now.
Get out of there! Get out of there! Hey, you! Get out of here! Come on!
See that glass in there, Wayne? That's that wax here. Transported, want the body transported now or no? They're all carrying. Should take them out. Are they throwing them down there?
And what else? Is that coleslaw?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. And what do you call your sandwich?
Avocado, ham, and slaw.
Oh.
Did you have a nice time? Good. Did you enjoy that cute?
Yeah. Sandwich? Okay, but the actual winner, the gentleman who won the contest, Jared, right? With the peanut butter blitz. But they're all very good. Let's try your sandwich here. Now, this is the avocado and...
Avocado, ham, and slaw.
Avocado, ham, and slaw. Here you are.
Ham and slaw. Okay.
Yeah, the increased valuations is a good thing for the city in the respect that it helps us pay down any budget deficit that we'd have, but it also can be a bad thing for somebody who's maybe seeing a 10 or 15% increase in their overall property tax on the city side.
I think some of the other things are more basic. There's that word. Just finding a regular record, a birth record of someone is interesting, but it's even more interesting to find out if one of these people had some trouble with the law.
Do you have your mic?
We don't have any.
That's okay.
Your brother? No, he was last summer, so I don't think the federal people. I'll be next time we get a reunion.
Made by Northwest labor unions, and the new finance injected into the company just announced on Monday.
and the Chisholm-Hibbing Airport. Northwest wants the facilities, needs the maintenance bases to be built, is prepared to move ahead as quickly as the state can complete its action on the financing package. On the side of the state of Minnesota, in light of the new arrangements with Northwest's
Santa, reindeer, elves.
These third graders at Blaine Elementary School are taking a special interest in learning sign language. While interpreter Judy Helena is teaching them how, it's their classmate, Ketzy Carlson, who's teaching them why it's important. 9-year-old Ketzy is hearing impaired.
I think it's just an important thing to include in the classroom. Having a deaf child in the classroom, I think it's important for the other kids to learn how to, again, adapt to what her language is.
And for Ketzy's classmates, knowing that language has opened up a whole new world.
If they didn't know signing, then how would they talk to Ketzy? Instead of, like, talking, you can use your hands.
Okay, very nice. Good.
Carol Sears, Ketzy's teacher, says having her in class is beneficial in more ways than one.
I think it's nice to see that a child can have a handicap, yet she fits in. You know, even though we're all different, we all have the same feelings, the same goals, and like to do the same things as anyone else.
But how does this pupil turned professor grade her fellow classmates?
Some kids, they don't have it all right away, but they're getting there.
And getting there should be a whole lot easier with help from Ketzy, who today showed why actions speak louder than words as she passed out treats to the other children. Gingerbread cookies shaped in the form of a hand, signing the words, "I love you." In Superior, Amy Rutledge, News 6.